everyone, welcome back to our channel. Ruth here, and in today's video I'd like to share with you how to get your focus back with no more distractions. It is really important that we're focused to achieve our dreams. Step 1. Reevaluate your current time spent. I would recommend that you evaluate as to how you're currently spending your time. If you kept a diary, go back on your diary to see how you've been spending your time. Now, if you haven't actually kept a diary, I would actually recommend to keep one for the next 4 weeks or so, and then review to see how you've been spending your time. As you review your diary, determine if each meeting or activity adds value to your long-term goals, and then make a list of discretionary activities, i.e. things you can do without, and mandatory activities, as in things that you must have or must do. And make a list of commitments or social meetings that you can remove or reduce and replace them with working on your goals. Now be mindful that from here on, every single request for your time, whether it is an activity, social meeting, or favor from others, that you will actually need to evaluate and see if the time spent will add value to your long-term goals, and decide accordingly whether you will commit to that meeting or activity, or if you can decline or reschedule to another time. Number 2, turn off distractions. There's so many distractions nowadays. I mean, we get notifications from, different social media. We've got notifications from YouTube, text messages, WhatsApp, GroupMe, Facebook, Instagram, Signal, Telegram. Oh my goodness, the list goes on. There's so many different notifications. Emails. Seriously, when it comes to notifications, you need to really decide whether you want to turn them off, or if you're working on your goal, you can also choose to put your phone or your laptop in another room. So for example, if your plan is to dedicate 2 hours that day to write a blog, then turn off all notifications or leave your phone in another room for the next 2 hours. Can you do without your phone for 2 hours? Yes, I think you can. Remove all distractions so that this 2 hours you have set aside is fully dedicated to you achieving your goals. Now, after you've completed your 2-hour writing block, you can go back and check your messages and notifications and reply to all your social media friends, and that's fine. See, if you do not remove distraction, your phone will go off every few seconds, literally, and you'll be so distracted with the latest news, the latest YouTube subscribed channel, what has the person posted, contents, messages, and that 2 hours would have easily passed away, and you probably would have written, 2 sentences or less. So it's time for you to decide, do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to actually see change in your life? If you really want something, if you want to achieve that goal, whether it's a business, you want to build a business, or whether you want to start writing a blog, or you want to learn that musical instrument, whatever it might be, consider your long-term goal. Know that your life is not just yourself, but you want to leave a legacy for your children and the next generation and the generation after that. So it's time for you to turn off distractions. Now, I understand that sometimes there might be times where your family needs you in an emergency situation. And if that's the case, that's okay. You might want to turn off everyone else's notification except for your immediate family member, because, you might have a sick child and the school might be calling you to come and pick him up. And that's fine, because that's important. That's your family we're talking about. But what I'm trying to say is, every other distraction, you might have to actually learn to say no so that you can say yes to yourself and invest in yourself. Which leads me to the final point. Number 3, you got to learn to say no. Yeah. Now, I am naturally a people pleaser. When I was young, I used to say yes to everything. And my mom used to, tell me that this Chinese proverb apparently about how my head is really small, but I was trying to wear this massive hat and I couldn't fit into the hat because I was trying to say yes to everything. And as a result of that, I was wearing myself out. You know, I was getting really sick because I was trying to do everything. I was trying to be a top student. I was trying to, you know, say yes to every voluntary work, etc. But it's so important that we really consider our priorities and learning to say no. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't value our friends and families or acquaintances, but when you say no to others, you are actually saying yes to achieving your personal goals and dreams. At times, saying no feels like a sacrifice. So I would recommend, for example, if you are used to catching up with a friend or say 5 friends on a weekly basis and you catch up and you spend about 3 hours with each friend, you might want to actually reduce that and say, well, can we catch up maybe once a fortnight, you know, for an hour instead of 5 hours? And you can actually dedicate those other times to working on your goals. And that's the only way. If you want to see success, you need to learn to say no so you can learn to say yes to yourself. Jerry Rice puts it this way. He said, "Today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can do what others can't." So it's your time to turn off distractions, get your focus back, achieve your goals, and live your dreams. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And last but not least, would you be so kind to hit the like and subscribe button so we can keep you stay motivated, and that's gonna mean the world to me. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.